Good evening and welcome to Russell E. Dietrich Park as the 3-11 Newark Pilots are set to take on the first place 11-4 Jamestown Jammers. The Pilots were swept in their two-game doubleheader last night against Onondaga, scoring just one run in 14 innings of play. They're 0-3 against Jamestown on the year, with the most recent being an 11-inning loss last Tuesday night in a game when the Pilots held leads of both 7-0 and 9-4. Their bullpen blew a 5-run ninth-inning lead in that loss. The Pilots are 7.5 games back the first-place Jammers and are in last place in the Western Division. They'll turn to their 6'3" right-hander from Sales University in Somers, Connecticut for this one, Adam Donovan. He's 0 for 3 on the summer with a 12.60 ERA in 3 games started. He's given up 18 hits, 11 walks, and has only struck out 4 in 10 innings of work. The Jammers will send right-handed pitcher Quinn Taylor from Felician College to the hill tonight. He pitched in the first game the Pilots played Jamestown this year. In a game Will Frank started. In a game he only went an inning and 2/3 and allowed 7 runs. Quinn Taylor in that game went 4 1/3, 2 hits, 2 runs, 4 walks, and a K. Picked up the no decision in that 9-5 Jammers win. The lineup for the Pilots that's going to take their swings off of Quinn Taylor goes as follows. Leading off, playing shortstop, Michael O'Connor. Batting second, playing right, Josh Loeffler. Batting third, playing first, Will Alaka. Batting fourth, playing left, John Ballier. Batting fifth, the designated hitter tonight, Peter Battaglia. Batting sixth, behind the plate, Jonathan Parker. Batting seventh in center field, Over Torres. Batting eighth at third base, Nick Eli. And batting ninth and playing second base, Christian Ord. 79 degrees and cloudy here at Dietrich Park in Jamestown, New York. You're listening to Frank LaSala on the Newark Pilots radio network. Now, let's play some baseball. Michael O'Connor digs in for the Pilots to start this one off. Played shortstop in game 1 of last night's doubleheader. Walked in all 3 of his plate appearances. First pitch to O'Connor from Quinn Taylor. Misses low in the dirt. First pitch, 7-0-7. And it's a ball 1 to Michael O'Connor. O'Connor has made just 2 starts. He has a .250 batting average and a .571 on base percentage. And takes high, ball 2. So quickly 2-0 to the leadoff hitter for the Pilots, Michael O'Connor. Quinn Taylor, the right-hander, working from the windup, the 2-0. Inside, and the first strike of the night is taken by Michael O'Connor. Quinn Taylor looks in. O'Connor steps out. Quinn Taylor, a 6 foot, 193-pound right-hander from Marlton, New Jersey. Fires in, strike 2. O'Connor steps out, something we've come to used to in O'Connor's 3 starts for the Pilots. 2-2 swung on and missed, strike 3. So after starting behind 2-0, Quinn Taylor works back and strikes out Michael O'Connor to start off this game. Pilots with 1 out in the inning will send up their right fielder tonight, Josh Loeffler. Loeffler playing right after starting in left last night. Grounder up the middle, slow ground ball. It will get past the second baseman. It's a base hit. So a 1-out single by Josh Loeffler, first pitch swinging. And the Pilots have their first man on tonight. Then I'll bring up Will Alaka, playing first base tonight for the first time this year. The Pilots' usual catcher, Jonathan Parker, will be behind the plate. And their usual first baseman, Battaglia, will be the designated hitter. Alaka went 0 for 4 with a strikeout in game 1 of the doubleheader yesterday. From the University of Virginia, the first baseman waits. Loeffler leads off first. The first pitch from Taylor misses in. It's ball 1. Will Alaka just 5 for 30 in 8 previous games. He's batting .167 with a .265 on base percentage. Looks down at third base coach Bennett Schultz for the or Franklin Bush for the sign. Bennett Schultz is at first. Alaka waits deep in the right-handed batter's box. The 1-0 from Taylor, taken for strike 1. So it's a 1-1 count now to the Pilots' first baseman. The red shirt from the University of Virginia, sat his first year out down there. John Ballier waits on deck. 1-1, 1 out. Loeffler leads off first. The pitch to Alaka misses, and it's ball 2. Alaka steps out and looks down. Loeffler looks over from first. He reached on a 1-out single. He was first pitch swinging and hit a slow dribbler past the second base glove of Jimmy Standahar. Quinn Taylor steps off and throws over. Josh Loeffler back in safely. The throw goes all the way to Chris Estrada at third, but Loeffler had slid in, so he wasn't going anywhere. Jamestown 11-4, but has lost 2 in a row. Both losses coming at the Geneva Red Wings. The Pilots are 2-3 against them this year, 0-3 against Jamestown. The 2-1 to Alaka, fouled back. The count was 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Alaka, the lone Pilot that goes with the no batting gloves look. Wearing number 27. Quinn Taylor looks over from the stretch. Loeffler leads off first. Being held on by Ben Brookover. Throw over. Gets past Brookover. Loeffler will take second as the throw hits the fence. It'll be an error on the pitcher, Quinn Taylor, that allows Loeffler to move up 90 feet. And the Pilots have the first runner in scoring position tonight. Pilots got on top of Jamestown last time they played with 6 runs in the bottom of the first. The big hit being a bases clearing Peter Battaglia double, just 4 batters into the game. They went on to lead that game 7-0 through the first 2. It was 9-4 in the top of the 9th when their bullpen just imploded. They lost that game 14-10. Now with Loeffler on second, Taylor looks back. The 2-2 to Alaka, swung on and foul tipped into the glove of Chris Connolly. Strike 3. So that'll bring up the left fielder, John Ballier. Ballier making his 14th start in the Pilots' 15th game. Got game one of the doubleheader off yesterday. Played left field in game 2. The first pitch from Taylor, low. Ball 1. Ballier tied for the team lead in hits with 13 with Battaglia, who waits on deck, batting in the 5th hole for the first time this year. It's Ballier's first appearance in the 4-hole. Loeffler leads off second. Taylor looks back, now fires. Strike on the outside corner. Count is all even up at 1s. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs in the top of the first inning. Runner on second base, Loeffler takes his lead. Taylor looks back, double checks, make that a triple check, and John Ballier asks for time, granted by the home plate umpire. So Quinn Taylor steps off. 2 outs in this inning, both via strikeouts, and a single by Josh Loeffler was sandwiched in between. Here's the 1-1 from Quinn Taylor. Misses in the dirt. Ballier taking off. There's ball 2. John Ballier wearing number 13. He's the only left-handed hitter in this Pilots lineup tonight. The 2-1 to Ballier, swung on, fouled back at a play as it hits off the side of the Pilots' Fitzgerald bus. And the count is all even up at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Josh Loeffler leads off of second base. He singled and then moved to second on an error. The 2-2 to Ballier. Lined into right. It will be caught by Skylar Valentine in the gap to end the inning. A great play by the Jammers center fielder Skylar Valentine. Got a good jump on that one to rob Ballier of a hit. So a 1-out single wasted, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. 1 man left on base. Pilots nothing. Jamestown coming to bat. Welcome back. Bottom of the first inning. It'll be Adam Donovan on the hill for the Pilots. He's their 6'3" right-hander from DeSales University, a Division III school in Center Valley, Pennsylvania, and Somers, Connecticut. The defense behind him goes as follows. Left to right in the outfield, John Ballier, Over Torres, Josh Loeffler. Left to right in the infield, Nick Eli, Michael O'Connor, Christian Orr, and Will Olaka at first. And catching Donovan tonight is Jonathan Parker. Donovan comes into this game 0-3 with a 12.60 ERA, and the first batter he gets to face is one of the most feared hitters in the Perfect Game League. It's Chris Connolly, a redshirt junior from Canisius. Has a .595 on base percentage, which is good enough for #1 in the league. His batting average isn't bad as he squares the bunt. His batting average .398, which is good for 6th. So squared to bunt, pulled it back, and it's a ball 1 called. Chris Connolly is a lefty. He's behind the plate with his open stance. Takes strike 1 from Adam Donovan. Adam Donovan has been getting deeper into games after his first start in Elmira, where he couldn't get out of the first inning. He went 4 1/3 against Onondaga and 5 in his most recent start against Geneva. He's making his 4th start of the year, so that ties Pilots' left-handed pitcher Kyle Griffin for the league lead in the Perfect Game League. 1-1 pitch missed. The 2-1 to Chris Connolly, grounded to the second baseman Orr. The high school senior settles, now fires to Olaka at first to retire Chris Connolly, 1 away. So that will bring up the shortstop, a junior from Mercyhurst, Alex O'Donnell. Alex O'Donnell in 3 previous games against the Pilots. He's just 1 for 13 against Newark. He wears #1. The first righty Donovan will face and fires in a fastball for strike 1. Donovan standing on the first base side of the rubber, about just as far as you can get without actually being on the mound. The 1-strike pitch, fires in a breaking ball, throws O'Donnell. Strike 2. So O'Donnell has not only struggled against the Pilots, against most competition, he's batting just .176 with a .259 on base percentage. The 2-strike pitch misses outside, a waste pitch by Donovan, ball 1. So you got to imagine the reason he stays in the lineup for Jamestown making his 14th start is because of his stellar defense. The 1-2 pitch is fouled off his foot, and the count will remain. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. As the leadoff hitter in this inning, Chris Connolly rounded out to Christian Orr at second base. Christian Orr making his 5th start, 4th at second, has 1 at first, or 1 at shortstop, sorry. The 1-2 pitch misses in the dirt, and it's ball 2. Donovan from the windup against the shortstop O'Donnell. Righty-righty matchup, the 2-2. Fastball in the dirt, ball 3. Donovan near the league lead in some categories you don't want to have your name in. He's giving up 16 runs, that's the 3rd most. 14 earned runs, that's the most in the league. The payoff pitch in the dirt. So Alex O'Donnell works a walk with 1 out here in the inning. He's also walked 11 batters, good enough for 9th in the league. The Pilots have 4 guys in the top 9 in that category. So that walk, it was Donovan's 12th on the year, puts him into the top 6. Jake Bernardo, Kyle Griffin, and Jordan Miller are all in the top 6 for the Pilots. And that brings up Ben Brookover, the junior first baseman from the University of Texas at San Antonio. He's batting .308 with a .370 on base percentage. First pitch just misses off the corner for Donovan, ball 1. Brookover starting his 16th game for Jamestown, so he started every one. He's 7 for 15, batting .467 against the Pilots this year. Right-handed first baseman. with the open stance in the box. Pitch in the dirt. Good block by Jonathan Parker, and he goes out to talk to Adam Donovan. Ben Brookover leads the league with 65 at-bats. His 20 hits rank third. And his 73 plate appearances trail only his teammate, Chris Connolly. So his consistent playing, a big reason why Jamestown has found themselves at the top of the Western standings 15 games into the year. They're 11-4, the 2-0 to Brookover. Line to O'Connor. Goes to the backhand, but the ball is into left field. We'll see how they score that one for Brookover. As the runner on first moves to second, they're going to give a single to Brookover. So a little bit of home cooking on the score board. O'Connor tried to go to the backhand, hit off the webbing of his glove, and went to Ballier and left. So it's the first hit of the ball game for the Jammers, and the 21st hit for Ben Brookover. So that moves him into first place in the league. And that brings up Skylar Valentine, the center fielder, who's batting .304 with a .443 on base percentage. The first pitch to him, it's a high breaking ball, and it's ball one. So runners on first and second, a one-out walk, and then a single has got them there. The hitter is Valentine. Donovan from the stretch looks back, now fires. Fastball fouled out of play into the Pilots' bullpen in right. And the count is 1-1. Valentine is a junior from the University of Texas, San Antonio. He's 4 for 8 against the Pilots, 500 with a .636 on-base percentage in 3 games. Donovan from the right side of the rubber, the 1-1, almost hits Valentine. The count is 2-1. Donovan looks in. Valentine digs back in. The count is 2-1 to the Jammer center fielder. Runners on first and second. Donovan looks back, now fires the 2-1. Popped up. Out of play. This time it's into the Jamestown bullpen. And the count is all evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. An important batter here for Donovan early in this game. If Valentine gets on, that could potentially load the bases here in the bottom of the first. The Pilots have given up 13 first-inning runs in 13 games this year. Gave up 2 last night in game 1. And now the count is full. So 1 pitch away from loading up the bases. Valentine's at the plate. O'Donnell is at second. He walked. Brookover is at first. He singled. The Pilots got 1 hit in the top half of the first by their right fielder, Josh Loeffler. Donovan from the stretch. Looks back at second. The payoff pitch. Runners go. Misses inside, and it's ball 4. So 3 straight batters have reached after the leadoff ground out, and the bases are loaded for Chris Estrada. Estrada, the third baseman, batting .188 against the Pilots this year, but has driven in 5 runs against them and has driven in a league-high 15 RBIs this year. He's also number 1 with 21 hits. A good position with the bases loaded. First pitch, breaking ball. Estrada looks at it. Strike 1. Estrada making his 15th start, batting .339 with a .382 on-base percentage. Donovan, number 22, the 1-strike pitch. Grounded, foul. Quickly 0-2 to Chris Estrada. So 2 walks and a single. The single sandwiched in between the walks has loaded up the bases here in the bottom of the first inning. No score here at Dietrich Park in Jamestown, New York. Donovan looks in. Eli is About even with the bag at third, middle infield and double play depth, and Alaka is in at first. Ground ball, O'Connor, he waits on it. Second, not in time. So a slow developing play to Michael O'Connor. It'll be an infield RBI single for Chris Estrada, his 16th RBI of the year. And the Jammers are on the board here in the first. So an RBI infield single from Chris Estrada. All runners move up 90 feet, and the batter is Colin Stack, the right fielder from UMBC. So 2 hits, 1 run, and 2 walks in this inning. Donovan still from the stretch. Fires in a first pitch fastball that misses. Ball 1. The 1-0 to Stack. Breaking ball fired in, strike 1. So if you're Donovan, you got the ground ball you wanted, but it was just so slowly hit to O'Connor that they couldn't even get 1 out on the play. A run scored and the bases are still loaded. The 1-1 pitch popped up. Loeffler started back, now settles in, charges, will make the throw towards the plate. Alaka cuts it off. It's a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Colin Stack for the second out and the second run of the inning. So the Pilots trail 2-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. The runner at second also tagged. He moves up 90 feet. So runners on the corner now. Chris Estrada stayed at first. And the batter is the designated hitter, Casey Vincent. He's wearing number 3. He also pitches for Jamestown. He's a freshman from St. Bonaventure. Steps out against Donovan. Humidity is starting to hit the field here in Jamestown. First pitch misses low to Vincent, ball 1. So 2 runs here in the inning on 2 hits, 2 walks. An RBI single by Chris Estrada, and then a sacrifice fly by Colin Stack has put the runs on the board. Grounder back to Donovan. He fields it, flips underhand to Alaka, inning over. But not before Jamestown gets 2. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. 2 Jammers left on base. We head to the top of the second. It'll be Battaglia, Parker, Torres. Pilots trail 2-0 when we get back. Top of the second inning, Pilots trail 2-0. First pitch to Battaglia. Misses inside. Ball 1. So Quinn Taylor on the mound with a lead here in the top of the second. The 1-ball pitch. Misses. Ball 2. The Jammers sent 7 batters to the plate in that first inning. Scored 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 walks. 2-ball pitch is fouled back out of play, and it's 2-1 count to the designated hitter tonight, Peter Battaglia. Battaglia batting .265 with a .390 on-base percentage. Is the Pilots' leader in RBIs with 6. Takes high. The count is 3-1. Pilots got 1 base runner into scoring position in the last inning on a Josh Loeffler single, and then an error by the pitcher, but left him stranded there. The 3-1 to Battaglia. Fastball swung on, fouled back, out of play. Count is full. Full count, no out. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 for the Pilots here in the inning. Full count, Quinn Taylor. Fastball, fouled back. We'll do it again. So 3 straight foul balls to the same spot just over the Pilots' dugout out of play from Battaglia. The night's designated hitter, getting half the night off, the usual first baseman. Quinn Taylor from the windup, the payoff pitch. Battaglia couldn't stay off it. Foul tips it back towards the screen. Count is full. Quinn Taylor, the payoff pitch. Fouled back. Battaglia really working Quinn Taylor here, and the count remains full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Top of the second inning, Dietrich Park in Jamestown, New York. Quinn Taylor from the windup, the 3-2. Popped up. Right fielder Colin Stack goes over towards the line, settles under it, makes the play for the first out of the top of the second inning. So a long battle by Battaglia, but Quinn Taylor wins the match. There's 1 away, and the batter will be the catcher tonight, Jonathan Parker. Parker caught game 2 of the doubleheader, caught his future teammate at Louisiana Tech, Kyle Griffin's start. Parker went 0 for 3 with a strikeout, grounded into 2 fielder's choices. The first pitch to Parker from the righty Taylor, fired in for strike 1. Quinn Taylor, the sophomore from Felician College, working with a 2-0 lead. 1 straight pitch, fouled back out of play. Count was 0-2. To the catcher tonight, Jonathan Parker. Steps out, looks down at his third base coach, Franklin Bush. Now steps back in. Taylor from the windup, the 2-strike pitch to Parker. Taken high, ball 1. Parker, 9 for 40 in 11 previous games, .225 with a .340 on base percentage. Has played first, designated hit, and has caught the 1-2. Evens up the count at 2. He's making his 2nd straight start behind the plate, his 4th start overall. He's caught Martinez twice and now Griffin and Donovan in consecutive days. The 2-2 to Parker, grounded to third. Estrada charges, now fires across the diamond for the 2nd out of the inning. So with 2 away, that will bring up the center fielder, Over Torres. Torres scored the most important run in the Pilots' most recent win against Geneva, back all the way on Monday night. In a 10-inning win, Colton Carney got hit on the foot. Torres came home from first to score the 4th and final run, and now he takes the first pitch from Quinn Taylor for ball 1. Torres batting .241 with a .267 on base percentage. Pops up the 1-ball pitch, deep to center field. Valentine back, still going back, settles under it, makes the play, inning over. So the Pilots go 1-2-3 here in the top of the second inning. We head to the bottom half. They trail 2-0. Adam Donovan still on the mound after giving up 2 runs on 2 hits, 2 walks in the bottom of the first inning. Fires in a first pitch ball to the batter, Jimmy Standahar, the junior from Mercyhurst. He's the second baseman, and now the count is 2 balls and no strikes. Standahar batting 8th in the lineup, so it'll be 8-9-1 against Donovan here in the bottom of the second. Inside strike, very inside strike. Donovan catches a break, and the count is 2-1. The 2-1 to Standahar, the second baseman. Inside again. Parker tries to frame it. Doesn't get the call. 3-1. Standahar, 394 with a 545 on base percentage. The 3-1 to him. Misses inside. Parker holds that one there a little longer, and it's a leadoff walk to begin this inning. So the third walk of the night for Adam Donovan. He's now climbing the ranks of the league leaders in walks. He's just 1 behind Jake Bernardo for the league lead at 15. Now to bring up the left-handed hitter, John Conti. He's a left fielder, a junior at Canisius. He's 3 for 7 with 6 RBIs against the Pilots this year. Squares to bunt. Eli charges. The runner goes, pitch in the dirt. Parker down to second. O'Connor slaps the tag. He is safe. So a stolen base for Jimmy Standahar. And the leadoff man is in scoring position for the Jammers. So already leading 2-0 here in the inning. Looking for more. Conti squared to bunt and took low. So 5 of 6 pitches off the arm of Donovan have missed the strike zone this inning. Alaka and Eli still in on the corners. Squares to bunt again. Takes inside. Squared to bunt, pulled it back, and it's ball 2. So runner leads off second. A walk and a stolen base got him there. Against Adam Donovan. Against the lefty Conti, the 2-0. Misses. Ball 3. Pilots have just scored 1 run in the last 16 innings. So you got to imagine, as the leads keep growing for Jamestown, you don't want to dig yourself in too deep of a hole. Now back-to-back walks to begin this bottom of the second inning. And now that walk has tied Adam Donovan at the league lead. It's his 15th walk and 4th tonight. And pitching coach Bennett Schultz is going to go out to talk to Donovan. He's joined by Will Alaka and Jonathan Parker out there, the first baseman and the catcher. Both of them are usual catchers for the Pilots. And now the hitter, Chris Connolly, will go out and talk to the third base coach, and the runners on first and second will both go over and join the convo. Schultz comes off the mound. The runners will go back and take their bases. There's runners on first and second. The batter is Chris Connolly. Connolly was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the top of the 9th inning in that last matchup against Jamestown. He drove in the tying run with a hit by pitch on a full count from Jordan Miller. Connolly is just 1 for 8 against the Pilots this year, but has been walked 6 times and hit 3 times. Let's see if he's bunting here with runners on first and second. Is not, and lines the first pitch. Loeffler charges. It's going to drop. The runner rounds third. He will score. Throw from Loeffler cut off by Alaka, and it's 3-0 here in the bottom of the second with nobody out. So Jimmy Standahar comes around to score on the RBI single by Chris Connolly. And it's 3-0 Jamestown. Runner still on first and second, and still nobody out here in the second inning. Connolly's third RBI against the Pilots this year and his 11th on the year. He sits in 8th place with those 11 RBIs. First pitch from Donovan to Alex O'Donnell misses outside. Ball 1. Alex O'Donnell walked and scored the game's first run his last time up. Up here with runners on first and second. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike to the Jammers shortstop. Alex O'Donnell looks down at his third base coach for the sign. Runners on first and second, nobody out. 2 walks and a single has driven in the third run for Jamestown. They've scored in the first 2 innings. Check swing by O'Donnell, fouled into the Pilots' dugout. Zach Mann, a reliever over there to pick that one up. And the count is 1-2. So Donovan, 1 strike away from the first out here in this bottom of the second inning. Runner at second fakes. Now the 1-2 is popped up. Torres started in, now settles back. The runner at second will tag. The throw to third is cut off by O'Connor at short. So a productive out, number 1 by Alex O'Donnell. Moves John Conti to third, and there's 1 away. So runners on the corners now for Ben Brookover, the first baseman for Jamestown. He singled and scored a run his first time up in that 2-run first. Jonathan Parker gives the infield the signs with the runners on the corners in case the runner on first, Chris Connolly decides to steal. Has not attempted to steal this year. Eli is even with the bag at third, middle infield, and double play depth. 1 out. The batter is Brookover, the first baseman. The first pitch from Donovan. Popped up. Back is Torres. Still back is Torres. He settles under it, makes the play, but it's going to be another run for Jamestown. A sacrifice fly and an RBI for Ben Brookover. And the score is 4-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. So first pitch swinging. John Conti scores on the sac fly. Touches plate for the 4th time tonight for the Jammers. And now the batter is Skylar Valentine. Valentine walked to load the bases his first time up. That was the second sacrifice fly for Jamestown tonight. Now the first pitch to Valentine misses in the dirt. Ball 1. So that's the 20th run and the 18th earned run for Adam Donovan. Both league leaders. Now a swinging strike 1 to Skylar Valentine. The count is 1-1. There's 2 outs, and Chris Connolly leads off of first base. Valentine, the center fielder for Jamestown. Donovan from the first base side of the rubber from the stretch. Fires in the 1-1 pitch. Valentine takes a look at it for strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runs home in this inning on just 1 hit for Jamestown. They've got the runner goes in the dirt. Parker throw down. Throw not in time. It's a stolen base for Chris Connolly. Good pitch to run on as it was in the dirt. Parker with his strong arm behind the plate still made it a close play. First stolen base for Connolly. And the count is even at 2-2 to Valentine. So a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Valentine. Outside corner. Donovan started towards the dugout. Now will retreat back to the mound. And the count is full. So see if Connolly is going from second with no runner behind him and a full count. Valentine is the 13th batter against Donovan through this first inning and 2/3, and now the 14th batter will come up to the plate as it's a 2-out walk to Valentine, his second walk of the night. And that brings up Chris Estrada. Estrada extended his league lead in RBIs with an RBI single his first time up to drive in the game's first run. And now Jordan Miller, the right-handed pitcher from New Iberia, Louisiana, is warming up in the Pilots' pen. So if Donovan doesn't figure it out fast, his day could be done quicker than hoped for. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. 2 runs home already in this inning. Donovan looking to limit the damage here in the bottom of the second. The pitch, it's a breaking ball, fired in. Strike 1. Estrada looked at it. He hit that slow bouncing ball to O'Connor. That O'Connor could not make the play, just hit too slowly with speed on the bases. Ground ball to Eli. Slides, now sprints to the bag at third, touches it, inning over. But not before Jamestown doubles their lead from 2 to 4 to nothing. 2 runs, 1 hit, 3 walks in the inning. 2 runners left on base. We head to the top of the third. It'll be 8-9-1 for the Pilots. Their offense needs to wake up here in Jamestown. Nick Eli, who made the great sliding play to end the inning, is now leading off. He takes ball 1 from Quinn Taylor. Quinn Taylor out in the top of the second, got a 2-0 lead, now out in the top of the third with a 4-0 lead, so the lead keeps doubling. Nick Eli pops up the 1-ball pitch. Chris Connolly settles under it, makes the play in foul territory for out number 1. So a pop out to the catcher. That's the 6th straight batter retired for Quinn Taylor. So he's in a groove. And now the number 9 hitter, Christian Orr, steps to the plate for the Pilots. The high school senior from Oregon, Ohio, going to be playing at Saginaw Valley State next year, making his 5th start. Takes a first pitch strike. Quinn Taylor, count is 0-1. Orr still looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 10 in 4 previous games, but has a .286 on-base percentage. And now takes strike 2. So the count is quickly 0-2 to the youngest Pilot, Christian Orr. The 2-strike pitch hits Christian Orr, and the Pilots have a base runner. So that breaks a streak of 3 straight retired, or 6 straight retired for Quinn Taylor. And the Pilots have a 1-out base runner. For the top of their order, Michael O'Connor. O'Connor takes a deep breath and stares at his bat, something he does after every pitch, something I've noticed through his first 3 games. The shortstop, the first pitch with Orr leading off. Taken for strike one. O'Connor looks down. Orr leads off first. He's being held on by the Jammers first baseman, Ben Brookover. Quinn Taylor throws over. Orr dives back in safely. It's a one-strike count to the shortstop, Michael O'Connor. He's 1 for 5. Walked all 3 times in game 1 of the doubleheader yesterday. Orr leads off first. The one-strike pitch to O'Connor popped up. Brookover over, stack over, and it will land in the Pilots' bullpen. Strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes to the Pilots' leadoff hitter, Michael O'Connor. As the home plate umpire asks for 4 new baseballs from the Jamestown dugout. O'Connor steps back in. Orr leads off first. He got hit by a pitch with 1 out here in the inning. Eli led off the inning with a pop out to the catcher. Connolly sets up outside. The 2-strike pitch, Orr going. O'Connor fouls it to stay alive. 4 strike 2. And now he will go over to the Pilots dugout and ask for a new bat. Put a chip in his old wood bat. Now with 2 strikes, he'll swing a different piece of lumber. O'Connor looks down at Franklin Bush at third. The hit and run was on with Christian Orr running from first. Let's see if it's still on. The count is still 0-2. 1 out in the inning. The 2-strike pitch to O'Connor, runner not going. Pitch just misses off the outside corner. O'Connor took it. It's ball 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Top of the 3rd inning. Pilots down 4-0. Jamestown got 2 runs in each of the first 2 innings. Jordan Miller sat down in the Pilots' pen. So it looks like Adam Donovan will be back out for the bottom half of this one. Orr leads off first. Quinn Taylor throws over. Pitch in the dirt. Good block by Brookover over there at first to prevent the ball from getting to the screen. Quinn Taylor has already thrown 1 ball away through the first 2 1/3 in this game. So he picked up an error on the mound. He's working from the stretch. He looks over at Orr. The 1-2 to Michael O'Connor, runner not going. Misses outside. And O'Connor has worked the count back even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. He looks down at his third base coach. He redshirted in his freshman year at the University of Buffalo. The 2-2 from Taylor in the dirt gets past O'Connor, or it gets past Connolly. So it'll be a wild pitch. Christian Orr moves up 90 feet. And O'Connor has worked the count back full. So the Pilots have their 2nd man in scoring position. Here with just 1 out. The Pilots left 17 men on base in yesterday's doubleheader sweep. The payoff pitch to O'Connor misses. So O'Connor works back from an 0-2 count to walk here, and the Pilots have 2 men on. And now the batter is Josh Loeffler, the right fielder. He has the Pilots' only hit tonight. He's 3 for 6, making his 2nd start. Started game 1 of last night's doubleheader, played left, went 2 for 3 with a double, a single, and a strikeout. The double and single both came with 2 outs. They both led to the bases loaded with 2 outs. And then in both those occasions with the bases loaded and 2 outs and Josh Loeffler standing on third, the Pilots' 2nd baseman in game 1, Graham Hackbarth, was retired in both of those occasions. So they left the bases loaded twice yesterday to lead to 17 left on base through 14 innings. They've left 1 on tonight. They got runners on first and second. Now the first pitch to Loeffler. He takes, and that's 5 straight balls from Quinn Taylor, the right-handed sophomore starter from Felician for Jamestown. Runners on first and second. Taylor from the stretch. The 1-0 to Loeffler. Misses low. Connolly throws behind O'Connor at first. Slides back in just safe. We're up to 6 straight balls from Quinn Taylor. We've seen Chris Connolly with the runners on first and second throw behind the runner at first before. He picked off a few pilots that way. Now the 2-0 to O'Connor. Taylor looks back, now fires, misses outside. Ball 3. So Quinn Taylor has struggled to find the zone here in the top of the third. After hitting or he walked O'Connor and now has a 3-0 count to Loeffler. Taylor looks back. Got to imagine Loeffler's taking. The 3-0, taking all the way. Doesn't matter. It's ball 4, and the bases are loaded here in the top of the third. So the Pilots with a chance to break into this deficit. Now the batter will be their first baseman tonight, Will Alaka, the University of Virginia product. He's driven in 3 runs this year, but just 1 since opening night for the Pilots. He's 0 for 1 tonight, struck out swinging. The bases are full of Pilots as the pitching coach goes out to talk to Quinn Taylor, who's thrown 8 straight balls to Pilots hitters after getting on Michael O'Connor 0-2. 4 straight balls to him, 4 straight balls to Loeffler. Hit Christian Orr to load the bases. Pilots with a chance to cut into this deficit. Jamestown has 4 runs on 3 hits. Scored 2 in the first, 2 in the second, off of Pilot starter Adam Donovan. So Alaka is the hitter. The bases are loaded. There's 1 out. Tying run at the plate for the Pilots here in the bottom of the third. 1 out. First pitch from Quinn Taylor to Alaka. Taking all the way after 8 straight balls for Quinn Taylor, but that streak has ended. It's strike 1. So 1 strike pitch to Alaka, who's batting just 167 through 8 games. Now he takes inside. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The bases are loaded on 2 walks and a hit by pitch. All this coming after Nick Eli led the inning off with a pop-up to the catcher, Chris Connolly. Now the home plate umpire grants time that was asked by Will Alaka. Ahead of the 0-1. Quinn Taylor, the sophomore from Felician, working from the stretch with the bases loaded. Big leg kick. Inside, Alaka taking. Count is 1-2. So an inside strike. And now with 2 strikes, Alaka will have to swing the bat. The bases are full of Pilots. There's 1 out. And they trail 4-0. Conley sets up the 1-2 in the dirt. Good block by the jammer backstop with Christian Orr on third. It's Orr, O'Connor, and Loeffler on the bases. It's a 2-2 count to their catcher, Will Alaka, against the right-hander, Quinn Taylor. From the stretch, big leg kick, the 2-2, grounded to second base. Second baseman over, throw to short for the first out. No return throw from Alex O'Donnell. So it's an RBI ground out. It's an RBI fielder's choice for Will Alaka, and the Pilots are on the board here in the top of the third. So it's Alaka's 4th RBI on the fielder's choice to drive in Christian Orr. And now the batter is John Ballier with runners on the corners and 2 away. Looking to cut into this deficit even more. Ballier, the lone lefty in the lineup. The first pitch from Quinn Taylor misses high and outside, ball 1. Ballier flew out to deep center field in the top of the first inning to end that half inning. So he's 0-1 off Quinn Taylor. He's driven in 4 runs on the year, and the Pilots would love for him to drive in his 5th right here. Runners on the corners, the 1-0. Misses outside, ball 2. So Michael O'Connor leads off 3rd, and Will Alaka leads off 1st. Alaka had an RBI fielder's choice his first time up. Ballier with an open stance, lefty, the righty Quinn Taylor, grounded past the shortstop. It's a base hit. So O'Connor comes around 3rd to score, and the Pilots have cut this lead in half. It's now 4-2. An RBI single for John Ballier. Back-to-back RBI hits for the Pilots. The first Pilot hit of the inning has led to the second Pilot run on the scoreboard. And now the hitter is Peter Battaglia, the Pilots' leader in RBIs with 6. So Alaka picked up his 4th. Ballier picked up his 5th. They take their leads off the bases. First pitch to Battaglia is in the dirt. Ball 1. Jonathan Parker, the catcher, waits on deck. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Battaglia, the 7th batter in this inning, the 1-0 from Taylor. Popped up. Stack in. Second baseman over. It's going to drop. Stack dove. Battaglia now will dive back into 1st. It's an RBI single for him. And it's 4-3. So a bloop into no man's land in right. The right fielder, Colin Stack, almost came up with the ridiculous diving catch to make the play. But it hit off his glove, landed into right. It's 4-3. Ballier moves up to 3rd. Will Alaka scores from 2nd. It's an RBI single for Battaglia, his 7th. And now Jonathan Parker with a chance to tie this game up here in the 3rd. Quinn Taylor from the stretch. Small leg kick this time. Tries to change it up. Parker takes, ball 1. So 3 straight RBI at bats for the Pilots to cut this lead to 4-3. Alaka, O'Connor, and Christian Orr have all scored. Back-to-back singles for the Pilots. Runners on the corners. Quinn Taylor tries the old fake to 3rd throw to 1st move, but didn't throw the ball. He steps off, and the count is still 1-0 to Parker, the 8th batter for the Pilots in this 3rd inning. Small leg kick from Taylor, lined into center field, right to Skylar Valentine to end the inning. But the Pilots get 3 runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, a hit by pitch in the inning, no errors, and they leave 2 men on base. 4-3 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. It'll still be Adam Donovan on the mound for the Pilots when we get back. Adam Donovan back on the mound now. The Pilots cut in to the Jamestown Jammers 4-0 deficit with 3 runs in the top of the 3rd inning. an RBI fielder's choice from Malacca, and back-to-back RBI singles from Ballier and Battaglia. The score is 4-3. Donovan working in his third inning of work. 3 hits, 5 walks, 4 earned runs through the first 2. He's given up 2 runs in each of the 2 innings. The leadoff hitter is Colin Stack. He hit a sacrifice fly and now pops up this first pitch in the third. Over Torres in center, settles under it, makes the play for the first out. So Stack is first pitch swinging, and he's the first batter retired here in the third. First pitch to Casey Vincent misses outside from Adam Donovan. On a humid night here in Jamestown, the 1-0 fires in. Strike 1. 1-1 count. Adam Donovan from the windup, working with new life. Grounder to O'Connor. Settles under it. Fires to Alaka at first. And the first 2 batters have been retired here by Adam Donovan here in the inning. Now the batter is Jimmy Standahar. He walked, stole second, and scored his only time up. Wearing number 29, the second baseman for Jamestown. Just 3 pitches for the first 2 outs for Donovan. Now Standahar squares the bunt, pulls it back, and takes strike 1. Nick Eli was charging in from third. And now Standahar with his bat on his shoulder takes strike 2 from Donovan. So Donovan an out away from a 1-2-3 inning, and there it is. Swung on and missed strike 3 by Jimmy Standahar. A 1-2-3 bottom of the third inning for Adam Donovan. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. It'll be 7-8-9 for the Pilots. Looking to tie this game up. It's 4-3 as we head to the 4th. So if you're the Pilots, the best scenario happened in the bottom of the third inning for you. After a long top of the third, when you made Quinn Taylor throw a lot of pitches, Adam Donovan retired Jamestown on just 6 pitches in the bottom half of that inning. And now Quinn Taylor, with a short rest, is back on the mound. He'll face Over Torres to lead off this inning. Pilots trail 3-4. After scoring 3 in the top of the third to cut this lead down to 1. Torres, the only Pilots hitter not to come to the plate in that 3-run third. First pitch, lined into center field. It'll be a leadoff base hit for Torres. He rounds first. He'll stay right there. And the Pilots have their leadoff man on, the tying run in this game, to start the 4th inning. So Nick Eli will look down at Franklin Bush at third. He'll take a long look down there. Over Torres, the center fielder, leads off first. Eli, the batter. Quinn Taylor from the stretch. Just 1 pitch into this inning. Small leg kick. This one hits Eli. So a single on the first pitch and a hit batter on the second pitch. The Pilots have runners on first and second with nobody out. They're threatening to tie this one up here in the fourth. So the second hit batter that Quinn Taylor hits, the first batter he hit is the man at the plate, Christian Orr. He scored the Pilots' first run on an RBI ground out by Alaka in the last half inning. Corner infielders in. Quinn Taylor from the stretch squares the bunt, pulls it back, and takes strike one. Christian Orr, the second baseman tonight. The high school senior just graduated a few weeks ago from Clay High School in Ohio. First baseman charging, one strike pitch, bunt gets down. Quinn Taylor fields it, throws it to the second baseman covering. It's a sacrifice bunt for Christian Orr. And Torres and Eli move up 90 feet to second and third. So Christian Orr does his job. And that'll flip the lineup back over for Michael O'Connor. So runners on second and third, the tying run at third and the go-ahead run at first. Chris Connolly goes out to talk to Taylor. In the comeback win against Geneva in the 10th-inning wins, O'Connor drove in the first and second runs of those games after trailing 3-0. So he was a big part of that 3-run comeback, which the Pilots walked off in extra innings on when Colton Carney got hit on the foot. He has a chance to tie this game up or have the Pilots take the lead here up in the fourth. Struck out and walked and scored a run in 2 plate appearances. Gets frozen on a breaking ball by Taylor for strike one. Infield playing back for Jamestown. So a soft ground ball could get the speedy Torres in from third to tie this game up. The one strike pitch to O'Connor takes low. Ball one. O'Connor, making just his third start of the year at short, has driven in 2 runs previously. He has 4 walks in his last 5 plate appearances. Has a 1-1 count against Quinn Taylor, number 11, the right-handed pitcher. High leg kick from the stretch in the dirt. Chris Connolly just gets enough of it to block it, and the count is 2-1 to Michael O'Connor. Eli leads off second. Torres leads off first. Torres singled. Eli was hit by a pitch on consecutive pitches to start this inning. Then a Christian Orr sacrifice bunt moved him over. Taylor from the stretch. The 2-1 to O'Connor misses outside. Ball 3. So O'Connor steps out, looks down at third, will adjust his batting gloves ahead of this 3-1. Takes his deep breath, stares at his bat, now steps back in. Quinn Taylor from the stretch. Runners on second and third. 1 out. 3-1 count. High leg kick. The pitch in the dirt. Ball 4. And the bases are loaded here in consecutive innings for the Pilots with just 1 out. So it's a walk to O'Connor to load this bases. His second walk of the night and 5th walk in his last 2 games for the Pilots. The bases are loaded and the batter is Josh Loeffler. He singled and walked in his 2 plate appearances. Takes the first pitch inside. Ball 1. Loeffler is 3 for 6 on the year. He's batting .500. He has a 1-0 count. Taylor, high leg kick in the dirt. Gets away from Connolly. Bounces right back to Taylor. It looked like Torres got his left hand in under the legs of Connolly, but he is out. So a wild pitch that bounced right back to the pitcher, Taylor. Torres caught at the plate as the runners on first and second both advance. So a good hustle play by the pitcher to retire Torres at first, a gloved underhand flip, and now the Pilots, who had bases loaded and 1 out, now have runners on second and third with 2. Loeffler steps out, asks for the count. Should be 2-0, and it is. Quinn Taylor from the stretch. Runners on second and third. Big leg kick to 1-0, misses. And it's ball 3. So it's now 3 balls and no strikes to the Pilots' right fielder. 2 outs. Scoreboard has 2-0, so let's see who's wrong. Loeffler moves up in the batter's box. It's outside. The scoreboard's wrong. It's a 4-pitch walk for Loeffler, his second 4-pitch walk of the game. And the Pilots have reloaded the bases for Will Alaka. Alaka bounced into a fielder's choice with the bases loaded in the bottom of the top of the third to drive in a run. Here he is with the bases loaded in consecutive innings. As already has an RBI tonight, it's Eli, O'Connor, and Loeffler on the bags. The pitch grounded to the shortstop. Flips to second. Loeffler just in time. Inning over. So the Pilots had the bases loaded twice. Couldn't score a run. 1 hit, 2 walks, a hit by pitch, and the Pilots lead the bases loaded. We head to the bottom of the 4th. They still trail 4-3. Pilots leave the bases loaded in the top half of this 4th inning. And now it's 9-1-2 against Adam Donovan, and he hits 9 to lead off this inning. So 1 pitch, a hit by pitch from Donovan. That'll flip the lineup back over for Chris Connolly, who's 1 for 2 tonight. He's the catcher. With the bases loaded in the top half of this inning, a pitch in the dirt from Quinn Taylor bounced off of Connolly. Torres thought he could score. The ball bounced right back to the pitcher, Taylor. He flipped it underhand to Connolly covering the plate to catch Torres at home. Connolly is 1 for 2 with an RBI. Conti leads off first, being held on by Alaka. First pitch fastball from Donovan, strike 1. After struggling through the first 2, Donovan got the Jammers to go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 3rd, but the leadoff man was put on a hit by pitch here in the 4th. Ahead of the 1-strike pitch to Connolly, Donovan throws over to Alaka at first, but Conti dives back in safely. Runner goes. Parker down to first. Throw gets under the legs of O'Connor. Good block by Christian Orr. It's a stolen base. Conti his 5th. And the leadoff man is on second now with a 1-1 count to the leadoff hitter, Chris Connolly. He already has 1 RBI tonight. He has 11 on the year. Let's see what he does. Corners in. 1-1 misses. Ball 2. It's a 4-3 game here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Jordan Miller back up in the Pilots' pen and a right-hander warming in the Jammers' pen. Conley deep in the right-handed batter's box with an open stance, standing just about all over the plate. Donovan spins to second, but no one covering, so Conti back in safely. Conti at second, Conley at the plate. The Jammer catcher, Donovan, from the first base side of the rubber. Parker tried to hold it there. Donovan upset with the home plate umpire for not getting that call. Count is 3-1. Donovan has already walked 5 in this game, has hit a batter, and has allowed 3 hits, 4 earned runs. Leads the league in earned runs, runs, and walks allowed. Here's the 3-1. In the dirt, ball 4. The 6th walk of the night from Donovan, and the Jammers have their first 2 runners on here in the 5th or in the 4th inning.
Now off the back of shortstop number 1, Alex. Go!
So Connolly, who was behind 0-1 to start that at bat, 4 straight balls from Donovan put him on. Jamestown has their first 2 runners on in the inning without a hit. Corners in, O'Donnell squares the bunt, pulls it back, and takes inside from Donovan, 0-1. Donovan seems like he's still unhappy with that 2-1 call from the home plate umpire. Talks to himself in his glove ahead of the 1-0 pitch to the shortstop O'Donnell, who's 0-1 with the walk and a run scored tonight. Runners on first and second, squares the bunt, pulls it back, takes ball 2. Looks down at his third base coach. Alaka in on the grass at first, middle infield and double play depth. Nick Eli about even with the bag at third. Donovan looks back at second. The 2-0, not bunting this time. Grounded to Eli at third, just foul. And the count is 2-1. Eli had originally charged that one on it, trying to tag third. If he continued to charge it, he would have been able to make the lead out at third. But the decision causes the ball to roll foul. For Alex O'Donnell, the count was 1-2 to the junior from Mercyhurst. Was not squaring to bunt on 2-0. Let's see what he does on 2-1. Squares the bunt, pulls it back. Parker tries to throw behind the runner at second. The pitch is in the dirt, or the ball is in the dirt, but O'Connor gets a good block to make the play. Conti back in safely. It was a called strike to O'Donnell. Count is evened up at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no out. O'Donnell steps out. See if his third base coach has him bunting with 2 strikes on the board. Runners on first and second. Alaka moved back behind the runner at first. Donovan stares at second, now steps off. Adam Donovan working from the stretch in his 4th inning of work, towing the first base side of the rubber about as far to the first base side as you could get. The 2-2, runners go, and he popped it up. Or back, Loeffler in. Loeffler, it'll be or. He bobbled it, but stays with it. So Christian Orr, the recent high school senior, shows great focus on a play where he originally lost it, then found it, bobbled it for a second, but stayed focused long enough to make the play. So the first out of the inning, the runners on first and second were going. They retreated back in safely to first and second, and that brings up Ben Brookover. Brookover, the first baseman, the junior from the University of Texas, San Antonio. Singled and scored a run in the first, then hit a sacrifice fly in the second. He drove in the most recent run for Jamestown. That was his 6th. The first pitch from Donovan, taken for strike one. So Adam Donovan just potentially a ground ball away from getting out of this inning and getting through 4. Brookover asks for time, steps out, and looks down at his third base coach for the call. Jordan Miller sat back down in the Pilots' pen after that last out. So no one warming. But he's been on and off through the last few innings, so you got to imagine he could be almost ready at a moment's notice. The 1-strike pitch fired in. Brookover looked at it for strike 2. So it's an 0-2 pitch to the number 3-hole hitter, Ben Brookover. Donovan looks in, wearing number 22. The 2-strike pitch to Brookover, runner goes. Pitch will go to second, and Connolly is caught stealing for the second out. So Parker decides to throw behind the runner. So a stolen base for Conti to third, his second of the inning. Then Connolly is caught stealing, running to second. So Parker throws behind and catches Connolly. Caught stealing 2-4 as Christian Orr was covering. And now there's 2 away with a 1-2 count to Brookover. So with a runner on third, Donovan a strikeout from getting away from this inning. The 1-2 is high. It's ball 2. Runner on third. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Adam Donovan from the stretch. The 2-2 from number 22 popped up. Torres started in. Now races back to make the play, inning over. So a leadoff hit by pitch and walk are wasted on a pop out, a caught stealing, and another fly out. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. We head to the top of the 5th. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 for the Pilots when they get back. Jamestown leads 4-3 here at Richard Dietrich Park. Top of the 5th inning, it's 4-3. The leadoff hitter is John Ballier. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Squares the bunt, gets it down, but it rolls foul for strike 1. Ballier has flown out to center field and drove in a run with an RBI single tonight. The only left-handed hitter in the Pilots lineup. He's 1 for 2. Against Quinn Taylor, still working here in the 5th. Went 4 1/3 last time against the Pilots. John Ballier fouls the 1-strike pitch back. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The 2-strike pitch to Ballier misses. Ball 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. The leadoff hitter is the sophomore from Orange Coast Community College. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Leadoff man retired here in the inning. That's the 3rd strikeout off the right arm from Quinn Taylor. And that'll bring up the designated hitter tonight, Peter Battaglia.
3 out Jackson, 2 out Hawthorne, only for this half inning.
Battaglia, the first pitch from Quinn Taylor in the dirt, ball 1. He's also 1 for 2, has also flown out and driven in a run with an RBI single, similar to what Ballier did. The 1-0 pitch to the designated hitter, swung on and fouled back. Strike 1. Jonathan Parker, the catcher, waits on deck. It's 4-3. It's the top of the 5th inning. It's a 1-1 count. Quinn Taylor from the windup, swung on, fouled back again. Strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. Ballier struck out swinging to begin this inning. High leg kick from the windup from Taylor. The 1-2 misses. Evened up at 2. Quinn Taylor from the windup. In his 5th inning of work, the 2-2 to Battaglia. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Back-to-back punch-outs to begin this frame for Quinn Taylor. So with 2 outs, that'll bring up Jonathan Parker, the catcher. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Pilots have scored 3 runs and have left 6 runners on base. The first pitch to Parker misses inside. Ball 1. Parker caught game 2 of the doubleheader last night, so catching consecutive games for the Pilots. 1-0 pitch. Misses, ball 2. So Alaka is playing first tonight to give Battaglia half a day off. Battaglia, the designated hitter, played first in both games of the doubleheader yesterday. He was the only Pilot to appear in both games. Count is now 3-0 to Jonathan Parker. So Quinn Taylor 1 pitch away from a 2-out walk. The 3-0 from the windup from Quinn Taylor. Parker taking all the way, started towards first, but didn't make it out of the batter's box. Strike 1. Reliever beginning to throw harder in the jammer pen. The 3-1 grounded off the hand of Taylor to the second base shortstop O'Donnell. Good stretch by Brookover at first, inning over. So Pilots go 1-2-3 here in the 5th. We're halfway through this one in Jamestown, New York. Jammers lead 4-3. So the Pilots go 1, 2, 3 here in the top of the 5th inning. Adam Donovan still on the mound in his 5th inning of work. The 3rd time this year he's gotten to the 5th. Has been better since the 2nd inning. He's walked 6 batters. He's hit a batter. And has allowed just 3 hits, 4 earned runs. Pilots trail 4-3. First pitch to Skylar Valentine. Misses. Ball 1. Valentine, the center fielder for Jamestown tonight, the junior from the University of Texas, San Antonio, has walked in both his plate appearances and now is ahead 2-0 against Adam Donovan in the windup. Jordan Miller back up in the pen. Donovan from the windup to 2-0, grounded to Eli at 3rd. He gloves it, fires across the diamond to Alaka at 1st for the 1st out of the inning. So 3 straight retired by Donovan, and that'll bring up Chris Estrada. Estrada drove in a run on a bases-loaded infield single his first time up, then grounded into a fielder's choice to end the 2nd. So he's 1 for 2 tonight. First pitch from Adam Donovan. It's a breaking ball. Misses inside. Ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out to the 3rd baseman, Estrada. The 1-0 pitch. Outside. Ball 2. So a 2-0 count to consecutive hitters. The 2-0 count is when Valentine grounded out to Eli. Here it is from Donovan. Fastball inside. Misses. Ball 3. So 3 straight balls. Donovan in danger of walking his 7th hitter tonight. And his 18th on the year, the 3-0. Fired in. Strike 1. Chris Estrada taking all the way here on that one. The 3-1. Popped up. Torres started in, now goes back. Finds it, settles under it for the 2nd out of this inning. Over Torres makes every play he makes in center field look interesting. Off the bat, it always looks like he struggles to read it, but due to his quick speed and athleticism in center field, always able to recover and make the play. There's 2 away on 2 quick outs from Donovan, and now it's the 6-hole hitter Colin Stack. He's 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly tonight. Swing at the first pitch, it fouls it back for strike 1. As the home plate umpire signals towards the Jamestown dugout, asking for new baseballs. The pitch, just off the outside corner. The count is 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count is 1-2. To Colin Stack. Donovan looking to get through this 5th inning. The 1-2 is popped up. O'Connor goes back. Now Torres calls him off. He finds it, settles under it, makes the play, inning over. So Jamestown goes 1, 2, 3 here in this bottom of the 5th inning. We're through 5. Pilots trail 4-3. They'll have 7, 8, and 9 when we come back in the top of the 6th. So the Pilots will take their swings here in the top of the 6th, and for the first time tonight, it will not be against Quinn Taylor. He goes 5, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. The new pitcher for Jamestown will be number 12, Jacob Gilhouse, right-handed pitcher, 6'1", 210 from Bloomington, Illinois, and Kalamazoo College. Making his second appearance against the Pilots in their 8-0 win back on June 8th. Jacob Gilhouse got the final out when he got Graham Hackbarth to ground out to short to end that game in an 8-0 jammer win. The first pitch to Over Torres, lined deep into center field. It will be caught. Diving play by Skylar Valentine in center field. So Over Torres gets robbed by his opposite number. Now tips his cap to Skylar Valentine. A great read, a great jump by the center fielder. Valentine made a Willie Mays type play, sliding over his shoulder to retire Torres. A 1-pitch out for Gilhouse here in the 6th. Now the hitter is Nick Eli. Was hit by a pitch his last time up. The third baseman takes ball 1. So Over Torres is now 1 for 3 tonight. Gilhouse from the windup. The 1-0 misses. Ball 2. That ball off the bat by Torres was scorched into center field, but a great lead by Skylar Valentine, great read, retired him. The 2-0 pitch misses. Chris Connolly, the catcher, doesn't even try to frame it. It's ball 3. Gilhouse making his 4th appearance as he fires in strike 1 to Eli. In 3 previous 2 innings pitched, a hit, a walk, and a strikeout. He is not allowed to run. The 3-1. Just missed. Even Nick Eli thought it was strike 2. But it's ball 4, and with 1 out, the Pilots have a runner on. Nick Eli represents the tying run at first. And now it's the number 9 hitter, Christian Orr. Orr has been hit by a pitch and has a sacrifice bunt, so no official plate appearance tonight for the youngest Pilot. Not squaring to bunt, takes strike 1 from Gilhouse. Orr is 0 for 10 on the year, but has walked and been hit by pitches to get on base. Grounder to third. Third baseman to second. On to first. Make it a double play. So they go Estrada, Sandahar, Brookover, 5-4-3 to end this inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and because of the double play, no Pilots left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th. They still trail 4-3. It'll be 7, 8, and 9 against Adam Donovan, still on the mound here in the 6th inning. Worked in just 1 batter into the 6th in his last start. A leadoff triple knocked him out of the game. The first pitch to the designated hitter, Casey Vincent, misses outside. It's ball 1. Vincent is 0 for 2 tonight off Adam Donovan. 2 groundouts. The 1-0 pitch grounded to O'Connor. He charges, and it goes into center field. So O'Connor charges it, could not take the short hop, and now we'll see how they score that one here in Jamestown. If it's a hit, it's their 4th hit of the night. And it looks like it's going to be an E6 on O'Connor, his first error. It is an E6. O'Connor, who had looked so smooth through his first 2 games, looked like he's struggling tonight. Now the batter's Jimmy Standahar, the second baseman. Eli in at third, expecting a bunt. First pitch is into the dirt. Jimmy Standahar did not square. It's ball 1. Standahar has walked, scored a run, stolen a base, and struck out tonight. So he's 0 for 1. The second baseman with Casey Vincent leading off first. Adam Donovan, the deepest he's gone into a game this summer. The 1-0 in the dirt. Good block by Parker. Ball 2. Jordan Miller on the mound, still in the pen. Pitching coach Bennett Schultz showing a lot of confidence in his right-hander, Donovan. Vincent leads off first, the designated hitter. The 2-0 to the second baseman. Standahar taking. Strike 1. So it's 2 balls and 1 strike count now. Leadoff man Vincent reached on an E6 by the shortstop Michael O'Connor. His first error. Vincent leads off first, being held on by Alaka. The 2-1 from Donovan from the stretch misses in. Almost hit Standahar. Ball 3. So a 3-1 count. Pilots still trail 4-3. Because of the double play, they went 1-2-3 in this top half of the 6th. 3-1 count. Standahar at the plate. Donovan from the stretch. The pitch. Popped into right. Loeffler will let it drop. It's a base hit. Vincent moves up 90 feet. He had to hold because he thought it was going to be caught by the speedy Loeffler. The 4th hit of the game for Jamestown. And now pitching coach Bennett Schultz is going to go out to the mound and talk to his right-hander, Adam Donovan. See if he signals towards the pen. He is going to go out and adjust the mound. The runners will join John Conti for a meeting with the third base coach. Schultz says a couple words to Donovan, slaps him on the back, says, "Let's go." He'll leave his right-hander in the game. So an interesting decision by Schultz. Runners on first and second. With Jordan Miller warming in the pen, they'll elect to stick with their starter. Just 4 hits off of Adam Donovan, but 6 walks. He's also hit a batter and has allowed 4 runs. Both those runs came in the first 2 innings. The first 2 batters got on against him in the bottom of the 4th, but a caught stealing and 2 flyouts erased that threat. Now the number 9 hole hitter, Conti. Eli even with the bag, Alaka playing in front of the runner at first, middle infield double play depth. From the stretch, Adam Donovan spins to second, no throw. Vincent back in, and now Jonathan Parker will go out to talk to his right-hander, Adam Donovan. There's no outs in this bottom of the 6th inning.
All season apart, $5 each. On-field games and special giveaways. These $5 prizes will occur on June 30th, July 7th, 14th.
Jordan Miller is throwing to one of Pilots pitchers, Peng Fei Wong, in the pen. The first pitch, Conti squares the bunt, gets it down, but Parker touches it foul for strike 1. So interesting to have one of your starting pitchers catch your reliever in the bullpen. With 2 of your catchers playing the field tonight, you still have Capitano and Poe in the dugout. Now Donovan and Eli and Alaka will go talk to Donovan. They're the corner infielders, trying to decide what to do if the lefty Conti squares the bunt. Again, he squared late and he slapped at it, so it looked like he was bunting for a hit as well as the sacrifice. He's about in the middle of the left-handed batter's box. The one-strike pitch. Alaka is in. Eli even with the bag, middle infield, double play depth from the stretch. Squares to bunt, pulls it back. Parker fired or faked like he was going to throw behind the runner at first, but Christian Orr was late to cover. The second baseman. Count is 1-1. First baseman in, third baseman even. Second baseman cheating over like he's going to cover on the bunt. Conti squares, gets it down. Third base side. Eli charges, bare hands, no play. So it'll be a bunt single by John Conti, and the bases are loaded. So Conti is 1 for 1 now. The bases are loaded against Adam Donovan, and now pitching coach Bennett Schultz is going to go out and pull his starter Donovan. So Donovan leads with the bases loaded. All the infield will come to the mound. Donovan walks off, goes 5+, could not get an out into the 6th. All the runners on base will be his responsibility. It'll be Jordan Miller on the mound when we get back. So Adam Donovan goes 5+, 5 hits, 6 walks, a strikeout, 4 earned runs for now. But he leaves with the bases loaded, so all 3 runners are his responsibility. An error by the shortstop and back-to-back singles has loaded them up. The pitcher is the right-hander, 5'10", 180, from Coastal Alabama Community College and New Iberia, Louisiana, Jordan Miller. He'll work from the stretch, and he'll work to Chris Connolly. Chris Connolly was at the plate with the Jamestown down 9-8 in the top of the 9th inning and 2 outs, a 3-2 count. Jordan Miller hit Connolly in the foot to walk in the tying run in that 14-10 loss. First pitch, Connolly past the diving glove of Eli. It's a base hit. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. It'll be an RBI single for Chris Connolly. The runner from first thrown out at third for the first out of the inning by John Ballier left. Connolly moves up to second on the throw, but not before 2 come around to score. So John Ballier fires into Nick Eli at third to get the 3rd runner, but this lead has gone from 4-3 to 6-3 after 1 pitch from Jordan Miller. And now the second pitch he throws hits Alex O'Donnell. And there was runners on first and third. So that closes the day on Adam Donovan. 6 runs, 5 earned, 5 innings, 5 hits, 6 walks, and a strikeout, and 5+. That'll bring up Ben Brookover with runners on first and second. Chris Connolly has now driven in 3 tonight. So before O'Donnell was hit by that pitch, the first pitch to Chris Connolly poked it the other way, past the diving glove of Nick Eli. 2 runs came around to score. Connolly moved to second on the throw to third from John Ballier to get the runner on first out. So there's 1 away, and there's runners on first and second. It's 6-3. First pitch to Brookover swung on and missed. Strike 1. So Conley has 3 of the 6 RBIs for Jamestown. And after being hit by the pitch, Alex O'Donnell is on base for the second time tonight. First pitch, or the 1-strike pitch, fouled back by Brookover. Count was 0-2. Ben Brookover is 1 for 2 tonight with a single, a run scored, and a sacrifice fly. So he's contributed in this 6-3 advantage. He waits. The 2-strike pitch from Jordan Miller. Looks back, now fires. Breaking ball popped up. Torres back. Still back. Still back. It's off the wall. Torres will have to play it on a hop. Connolly held. He'll round third. He'll score. It's an RBI double for Ben Brookover. And Jamestown leads 7-3. So Over Torres making every play in center field look interesting. Thought he had a read on it. That ball just kept carrying to dead center field here at Dietrich Park. It's over his head. The runners had to hold. So only Connolly scores from second. It's Brookover's second RBI of the night. Now there's runners on second and third for Skylar Valentine. Pilots back down 4. It's 7-3. Infield in. Jordan Miller fires a first pitch strike into the center fielder Valentine. Valentine walked twice and grounded out against the starter Adam Donovan. 1 out. Jordan Miller steps off ahead of the 1-strike pitch. The middle infield even with the bag on the dirt. A Lockett even with the bag at first, and Eli about a step onto the grass at third. The 1-strike pitch. Lined into right. It'll be an RBI base hit for Valentine. 1 run will score. They will hold the runner at third. So Valentine picks up an RBI. It's the 4th run of the inning, and it's 8-3. So Brookover goes to third. O'Donnell scores. And Skylar Valentine picks up the RBI. Now the batter will be the third baseman, Chris Estrada, as pitching coach Bennett Schultz is going to go out to the mound to make a change. He's going to pull Jordan Miller here and bring in a new pitcher. 4 runs home in the inning. The Pilots are going to their 3rd arm. It'll be Eddie Fournier when we get back. So Jordan Miller goes a third of an inning, 3 hits, walks a batter, or hits a batter, leaves with the runners on the corners. 2 runs are charged to him. 4 Jamestown runs in the inning. Their lead was once 4-3 to start this inning. It's now 8-3. Donovan started the inning. Miller went a third. And now Eddie Fournier comes on with runners on the corners and just 1 out. Fournier, the 6'1", 210 right-hander from Norwalk, California, and Cypress Community College, will work from the stretch in his second appearance. Throws over to first. Valentine back in safely. The batter is the third baseman, Chris Estrada. He's 1 for 3 tonight with an RBI infield single. Runners on the corners. To Estrada. Runner on first goes. No throw from Parker. Will now throw behind the runner at third. The ball momentarily gets away. It'll be a stolen base for Valentine. And there's runners on second and third. So Fournier throws 1 pitch in the dirt. And now they're runners, both runners in scoring position. So Eli will come in at third. And the rest of the infield will join him in. It's a 1-0 count to Chris Estrada. The pitch from Fournier misses low. Ball 2. Good spot by Fournier. Catcher Jonathan Parker telling him to stay there. The 2-0 misses, ball 3. So Fournier, who was injured, missed some time. Just 1 game, 1 inning pitched, 1 hit, 3 runs, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts. He's 0-1 with a blown save. 3-0 pitch, swinging. Estrada pops it up. Loeffler charges, settles under it. Runner from third will tag. He will score. It's a sacrifice fly from Chris Estrada. The 9th Jamestown run of the night. They lead 9-3. So that run will be charged to Jordan Miller. That's his 3rd run charged to him of the night. All of them earned. Now the hitter is Colin Stack, the 9th Jammer hitter to come up in this inning. There's 2 outs. There's a runner on second. Jamestown has 5 hits and 4 runs in this inning. 5 hits and 5 runs, sorry. Pilots have made 1 error and 1 batter has been hit. The first pitch to Colin Stack misses. It's ball 1. Fournier from the stretch. The 1-0. Fires in a fastball for strike 1. Pilots down 9-3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Fournier. Slider swung on and missed. Strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Taken for strike 3. So Colin Stack retired, struck out looking to end the inning. But not before Jamestown adds 5. 5 runs, 5 hits, 1 error in this inning. And 1 man left on base. We head to the 7th. Pilots with some work to do. They trail 9-3. So it'll be the top of the order against Jacob Gilhoss, working in his second inning of relief. Got helped on a double play for a 1-2-3. Top of the sixth, first pitch to Michael O'Connor. Strike one. O'Connor has struck out and then walked in consecutive at-bats, so he's 0 for 1. Has walked in 5 of his last 6 plate appearances. One strike pitch, misses, ball 1. So Jamestown got 5 runs, 4 of them earned in the bottom of the 6th to extend this lead 9-3 and open this game up. O'Connor takes strike 2. Count is 1-2. Just after 9 o'clock here in Jamestown, New York. As far west in New York as the Pilots will play this year. The 1-2 to O'Connor. Misses outside. Ball 2. O'Connor, the shortstop, made the error in that bottom of the 6th. And now the 2-2, a tough take by O'Connor. Both Chris Connolly and Jacob Gilhoss thought it was strike 3. Connolly started to throw it around the bases. Gilhoss not happy with the call, and the count is full to Michael O'Connor, the leadoff man here in the 7th. Now Chris Connolly will go out and talk to Gilhoss. It'll be O'Connor, Loeffler, and Alaka in this inning. If anyone gets on, John Ballier. Meeting on the mound ahead of this 3-2 pitch to Mike O'Connor. It's 9-3. 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for Newark. 9 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Jamestown. Although it says no errors on the scoreboard, there should be an error back in the first inning when Quinn Taylor threw over to first, which allowed Josh Loeffler to get to second. That was back in a 0-0 game in the top of the first. It's now 9-3. The payoff pitch to O'Connor, line to right, or line to first. Ben Brookover goes through the knee to make the play. And Mike O'Connor is retired for the second time tonight. So that'll bring up the right fielder. Number 5, Josh Loeffler. He has not been retired tonight, singled and walked twice. First pitch from Gilhoss fired in strike 1. One strike pitch misses. It's ball 1 to the Pilots' right fielder, Josh Loeffler. 1-1 count, 1 out. The pitch misses low. Ball 2. Jacob Gilhoss in his second inning of work. Just a walk and was helped out by a double play in his first inning. Loeffler smokes the ball down the third base line, just foul. Third base coach Franklin Bush had to hop to get out of the way of that one. And the count is even to Loeffler. The Yukon product, the 2-2, here it is. Hits him. So hit with a fastball in the back. Loeffler not happy about it. Gilhoss starts towards Loeffler, says something. Have to imagine it's an apology. Not trying to put runners on. Up 6 in the late innings of this one. So Loeffler is on for the 4th time tonight. And now it's Will Alaka. Alaka has come up with the bases loaded twice in this one. Grounded into a fielder's choice to drive in a run back in the 3rd. And then grounded into a fielder's choice in the 4th to end this inning. So Alaka is 0 for 3, playing first tonight. Pops up the first pitch from Gilhoss into left. John Conti settles under it, fires back in for the second out. So Alaka first pitch swinging on consecutive outs, and he's 0 for 4 tonight. So that will bring up the left fielder, John Ballier. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI single and a strikeout tonight. Loeffler leads off first. He was hit on a 2-2 fastball from Gilhouse. Second batter to reach off the reliever. First pitch to Ballier, grounded to short. O'Donnell flips to Standahar at second, inning over. No runs, no hits, no errors. One man left on base. We head to the seventh. Pilots trail 9-3. So new pitcher here for the Pilots in the bottom of the seventh inning. It's number 33, Ryan Allen, 6'1", 165, right-hander from Eckerd College. First pitch to Casey Vincent, popped into left. Ballier over, settles under it for the first out of this inning. So one pitch, one out for Ryan Allen, and now Jonathan Parker will go out and talk to his reliever. Ryan Allen has not pitched since June 16th. He went an inning and a third, 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, relieving Adam Donovan in the 13-4 loss to Geneva back 6 days ago. Allen, he's making just his second appearance. Now the batter is Jimmy Standahar. He takes outside for ball 1. Standahar is 1 for 2 tonight with 2 runs scored, a walk, and a stolen base. Ryan Allen from the windup. The 1-0, strike 1. Ryan Allen is one of the newer Pilots, just making his second appearance on the mound. The 1-1. Inside, Parker holds it there, doesn't get the call, and it's 2-1. The Pilots will play another doubleheader against Onondaga tomorrow night at Colburn Park. As the 2-1 is bounced to Eli, he charges, fires across the diamond. Good scoop by Alaka at first to bail Nick Eli out of an error. So a great play on both sides of the diamond to team up for out number 2. Ryan Allen has the first 2 batters retired, and the batter is John Conti, who has yet to be retired tonight. He walked, scored a run, was hit by a pitch, has a single, and stole 2 bases. So the doubleheader tomorrow, it'll be a unique doubleheader, as Allen is set to fire from the windup. The first pitch to Conti, swung on and missed, strike 1. They will resume the game that was rained out on Father's Day on Sunday. Pilots lead that one 5-2 with a runner on first and 1 out in the bottom of the 4th, as Ryan Allen fires in strike 2. So bottom of the 4th, 1 out, 3 runs home in that inning. It's 5-2. That game will be a 9-inning game as the 0-2 is bounced to Christian Orr. Goes to a knee, fires to first. Good scoop by Alaka again to make the play. Inning over. Jammers go 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the 7th. More on the doubleheader when we get back in the 8th. Pilots with some work to do. They trail 9-3. So Jake Gilhouse on the mound. His 3rd inning of relief of Quinn Taylor. Just 1 hit by pitch and 1 walk through 2. First pitch to the designated hitter tonight, Peter Battaglia. Misses ball 1. Pilots down 9-3. The 1-0 pitch is lined to the second baseman, Jimmy Standahar, for out number 1. And that will bring up the catcher, Jonathan Parker. Parker is 0 for 3 tonight. Behind the plate. Pilots came back from a 4-0 deficit in the top of the 3rd with 3 runs. Then back-to-back scoreless innings, and then a 5-run outburst in the bottom of the 6th for Jamestown really opened this one up. It's 9-3. First pitch strike to Jonathan Parker. The second pitch swung on and missed. Parker is quickly down 0-2. So when Jamestown came to our place, they scored 5, erasing a 9-4 deficit in the last inning. See if the Pilots can do that to them at their place. The 2-strike pitch grounded short. O'Donnell scoops it, fires to first for the 2nd out of the inning. So with 2 outs, that'll bring up the center fielder, Ovair Torres. Torres misplayed a ball in center field that led to a run off the bat of the Jammers' first baseman, Ben Brookover. He's up with 2 outs and no one on. He's 1 for 3 tonight. The first pitch squares the bunt. Home plate umpire is going to say he offered at it. And it's strike 1 to the Pilots center fielder. Pilots down to their final 4 outs tonight, in danger of dropping their 3rd in a row and going to 3-12. The 1-strike pitch misses. It's ball 1. Nick Eli waits on deck if Torres can extend this inning. The 1-strike pitch swung on and missed. Correct that. The count is 1-2. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ovair Torres. Scoreboard is once again wrong here at Dietrich Park as the 1-2 misses 2-2. It still says that Jonathan Parker is at the plate, but he grounded out for the 2nd out of this inning. The batter is Torres, the 2-2. Swung on and missed. strike 3. Gilhouse retires the Pilots. 1, 2, 3 here in the top of the 8th. We head to the bottom of the half of the inning. Jamestown leads 9-3. Bottom of the 8th inning here at Richard E. Dietrich Jr. Park in Jamestown, New York. The Jammers lead 9-3 here. The leadoff hitter is the leadoff man in the lineup, Chris Connolly. Ryan Allen on in his 2nd inning of relief. Got Jamestown to go 1-2-3 in the 7th. Conley digs in. He's 2 for 3 tonight with a run scored and 3 driven in. Standing all over the plate from the left-handed batter's box. Takes strike 1 from Ryan Allen. The 1-strike pitch. Misses. Ball 1. Conley on top of the plate, deep in the left-handed batter's box. Allen from the windup. Conley takes. Allen paints the black, and it's strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter in this inning, Chris Connolly. Allen from the windup. Grounded to Eli at 3rd. Gloves it. Fires across the diamond. Alaka on the bag for the first out. So 4 straight outs from Ryan Allen, 3 straight ground outs. And Chris Connolly is retired to start this bottom of the 8th inning. That'll bring up Alex O'Donnell. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Has been hit by a pitch, walked, and scored 2 runs. Pops up the first pitch, deep to left. Torres back, settles under it just in front of the left center field wall here at Dietrich Park for the 2nd out of the inning. Pilots will have Eli, Orr, and O'Connor, 8, 9, and 1 in the top of the 9th. As of right now, they need 6 to extend this game. Jamestown got 5 in the top of the 9th back at Colburn Park in a game they eventually won 14-10. The batter now is Ben Brookover. He's 2 for 3 with a sacrifice fly, a double, 2 RBIs, and a run scored tonight. Ryan Allen from the windup, the first pitch to Brookover, taking all the way for strike 1. Correct that. Brookover has scored 2 runs for Jamestown. The 1-strike pitch from Ryan Allen popped up. Loeffler started back, now comes in, settles under it, makes the play. Inning over. So 6 up, 6 down for Ryan Allen out of the pen. Jamestown goes 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the 8th. It'll be 8, 9, and 1 in the top of the 9th, with the Pilots needing 6. It'll be a new pitcher for Jamestown when we get back. So Jacob Gilhouse goes 3 innings in relief of Corinne Taylor. 3 innings pitched, just 1 hit or 1 walk and 1 strikeout. The Pilots do not have a hit since the bottom of the 4th inning on an Over Torres single. So 4 straight innings without a hit. It'll be Eli, Orr, and O'Connor. Pilots need 6. The pitcher for Jamestown is Connor Ryan, number 32, from Williamsville, New York, and Mercyhurst. He's a junior there. Eli, first pitch swinging. Fastball swung on and missed. Strike 1. This is Connor Ryan's 3rd appearance against the Pilots this year in 3 2/3 previous innings. 2 hits, 1 earned run, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. He picked up a win in that extra inning game at Colburn Park. Eli takes strike 2. Connor Ryan comes in and throwing very hard out of the Jammer's pen. He's the 3rd reliever tonight. He's making his league-leading 9th appearance. Steps off ahead of the 2-strike pitch to Eli. 8 2/3, 3 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, and 11 strikeouts. He's 2-0 with a 2.07 ERA. From the windup, the 0-2 in the dirt, ball 1. Nick Eli is 0 for 1 tonight with a hit by pitch and a walk. Pilots trail 9-3 in a game that was once 4-3. Jamestown opened it wide up with a 5-run 6th. Lined past the diving glove of O'Connor or O'Donnell into left. Nick Eli starts it up with a leadoff single here in the 9th. So the first hit since back in the 4th inning. And now the batter is Christian Orr. See if Christian Orr can extend this one. Runner on first. Nobody out. Pilots need 6. High school senior at the plate, the first pitch. Looks at it for strike 1. Christian Orr, just 1 official plate appearance, a 5-4-3 double play. So he's 0 for 11. This would be a good time for the youngster to pick up his first hit. started at second base tonight. He's also been hit by a pitch, scored a run, and had a sacrifice bunt. The one strike pitch, just off the outside corner, ball one. Nick Eli leads off first, not even being held on by Brookover over there. So Jamestown would give him second base. Christian Orr awaits the 1-1. Connor Ryan from the stretch, here it is. Outside, ball two. So Christian Orr ahead of the count after being behind 0-1. Michael O'Connor waits on deck. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He's also made an error at short. Christian Orr, the 2-1. Eli leads off first, lined to the first baseman, Brookover. Tries to slap the tag on Eli, but he just gets around it at first. So Orr is retired. And now the third base coach will go out. He's going to talk to the base umpire. Brookover, if he went straight to the bag, he probably would have gotten Eli on the force, but started towards the bag, then tried to tag him. Eli wasn't sliding, but managed to just get past the glove. So Pilots catch a break. The leadoff man, O'Connor, is up. Pilots down to their final 2 outs here in the game. O'Connor has walked twice, has struck out and lined out, has scored a run. Here he is in the 9th. The first pitch takes outside, ball 1. He also made an error at short in that 5-run bottom of the 6th for Jamestown. Connor Ryan from the stretch. The 1-0 pitch. O'Connor takes inside, ball 2. O'Connor showing a good eye, which is similar to another shortstop for the Pilots who recently departed, Tyler Odekirk, back in California after leaving the team. Eli leads off first, the 2-0. O'Connor takes off outside, ball 3. So Odekirk, who had walked 10 times for the Pilots this season as the shortstop, O'Connor has walked 5. So 15 walks between the two of them for Pilot shortstops. Make it 16. O'Connor walks for the 3rd time tonight and the 6th time in the last 2 games. There's runners on first and second. And now the pitching coach will go out and talk to Connor Ryan on the mound. Pilots still have a ways to go. The batter is the UConn outfielder Josh Loeffler. He has yet to be retired tonight. Singled in the first, then walked twice and was hit by a pitch. Was erased at second base 3 times in consecutive at-bats on Will Alaka force outs. Alaka waits on deck, but the batter now is Loeffler. So O'Connor reaches base for the 3rd time at the top of the lineup, and Loeffler looking to reach base for the 5th time. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Pilots still down 6. But have some work to do if they want to extend this one. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Neither runner being held on. The first pitch to Loeffler, fouled back. Strike 1. Three runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Pilots. 9 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for Jamestown. Loeffler waits, the 1-strike pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. So Connor Ryan reaches back for something extra on that one for the 2nd strike to Loeffler. Pilots down to their final 2 outs here in the top of the 9th inning in Jamestown, New York at Richard E. Dietrich Jr. Park. as far west as they'll go this year. The 2-strike pitch to Loeffler. Taken, strike 3. The Pilots are down to their final out in this one. And coming up to the plate, it will be their first baseman tonight, Nil Alaka. Alaka is 0 for 4 tonight with an RBI ground out and a run scored. Looking to extend this game. Pilots need 6. We're in the top of the 9th. 2 away. Connor Ryan from the stretch looks back. First pitch to Alaka. Looking at it, strike 1. O'Connor leads off first. Eli leads off second. Neither of those runs mean anything. Pilots down 6. Connor Ryan from the stretch. The 1-strike pitch misses high. Ball 1. The win would go to Quinn Taylor. It would be his first. Adam Donovan would take the loss, his 4th. Jacob Gilhouse would pick up a hold in 3 innings in relief for Jamestown. Jamestown would go to 12-4. Newark would fall to 3-12. Breaking ball misses high. Ball 1. And the loss would put Newark 8.5 games behind Jamestown in the Western Division of the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League. Runners on first and second. 2-1 count to Will Alaka. He waits from the stretch. Connor Ryan. Alaka pops it up. Colin Stack over. Settles under it. Makes the play. And this game is over. Pilots fall on the road to Jamestown 9-3. In the final inning of play, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on base. Final out was recorded at 9:41 Eastern, so a 2-hour and 34-minute game, a quick one here at Dietrich Park. Jamestown got on the board early. 2 runs in the bottom of the first on an infield single and a sacrifice fly. Then 2 runs in the bottom of the second on an infield single and another sacrifice fly to go up 4-0. Top of the third, Pilots put up 3 runs on a Will Alaka fielder's choice. Then back-to-back RBI singles by John Ballier and Peter Battaglia. That was the last the Pilots would score, though. 4-3, then the big inning in the bottom of the 6th. Adam Donovan started the 6th, couldn't get an out, saw 3 batters, an error, and back-to-back singles to load up the bases. Jordan Miller came in, allowed 3 hits, 3 earned runs in an inning, in a third of an inning. Eddie Fournier came on to get the final 2 outs. Jamestown got 5 runs in that inning on 5 hits, an error. Then Ryan Allen came on to get the final 6 outs for the Pilots. But they will head back to Colburn Park. Losers of 3 straight. Tomorrow it'll be a unique doubleheader against the Onondaga Flames. We'll pick up where we left off on Father's Day with the Pilots leading 5-2. They have a runner on first base. That's Graham Hackbarth. DeMarcus Guillory is at the plate with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. They lead 5-2. Will Frank started that one. So that game will be picked up in the bottom of the 4th. It'll go 9. Then the second game will start 20 minutes after the conclusion of the first game. The first game will start at 5:05 at Colburn Park. And the second game will be a 7-inning game. So for the Newark Pilots Radio Network, I'm Frank Lasala signing off from Jamestown, New York, after the Pilots lose 9-3.